So here's something radical for us to consider. Who you are in Christ is more important than anything you do. If you feed that connection and that abiding with Christ, the Lord's really going to use you in some ways to lead kingdom works. Our goal of our program is we want to lead these students to be able to lead teams of people into kingdom work wherever they find themselves for the rest of their life.
Going into my sophomore year, our pastor, Scott Lisea, invited me to be a part of the ministry internship program, which is a leadership seminar where you get to gather with other students that are pursuing ministry, vocational or otherwise.
So I have an internship coming at the rescue mission. From my understanding, it has some form of like a medical aspect to it. So I think either maybe helping with like COVID vaccine distribution, stuff like that, or like testing. End of the day, there are people that need help, and I want to help.
The Lord be with you.
I kind of view it as like setting the table for the community, inviting everybody else into worship. We have the privilege of doing that as chapel band. We feel that we've been called by God and equipped for this ministry. It really is a high honor and privilege interceding on behalf of our community.
I think last night I was even telling a friend, I just want to meet one more high school student with a disability. And just one more is a wider impact. And that's how Jesus sees it, and that's how I see it too.
From my perspective as a church historian, good Christian leaders understand their place in history and have a very great insight into human nature and what makes human flourish. I want to teach students to cultivate the kinds of virtues that will lead to appreciate the human nature in light of God's creational purpose and plans.
As Westmont continues to live beyond itself, to lead, to go overseas, to go across town, across the nation, it takes a leadership role. But I'm amazed, having taught here for well more than a decade, what these students do afterwards.
I have big dreams. I want to set up a hospital back in South Africa, so that is like my big dream. My life will basically have like its foundation and startings in terms of my career as a doctor, as someone who's there to help the community.
When you have the facilities, you have the resources to get the people, you can launch programs that really matter.
Leadership is a complicated notion in many ways. Often these days, people, they really frame the service piece, and that is important. We see that in the New Testament. What we sometimes miss in that is the way that service almost always costs us something. So in that way, looking to key figures in the New Testament is a good reminder for us that when people lead well, it will include sacrifice.
I think of my own Westmont experience, leading a team of Potter's Clay or being an RA of older students. Just a lot of opportunity to be uncomfortable, but have to sort of muster bravery and step into it. You really learn and stretch and grow.
It's tiring, it's taxing, but it is so rewarding.
I feel filled up because the Lord has placed me in this position and has given me people that fill me overflowing with joy.
I find enormous joy in being able to help students really come to a rich understanding of how God has wired them and what they can do. And then to stay connected to them long after they're done at Westmont and as they live into the fullest expression of their gifts and their desires in life. We have a phenomenal faculty, we have a phenomenal staff, incredible administration, and together, all of us are committed to this purpose of how do we prepare our students to go anywhere in the world and lead and serve effectively.